I'm just giving y'all forewarning. Now, let me start with this first. Ladies, I have a sisterhood circle that I'm starting because there's so many things that, as a woman, I know that us as women, we need, right? And I plan to do my part in providing that in our community. But I'm going to say this first, right? Y'all got to stop choosing the bottom of the totem pole ass niggas and then using that choice, right, that you're not acknowledging as a choice, as a reason why you are the way you are, as far as being unpleasant, as far as sucking at social skills, as far as lack of femininity, as far as these false, I would call them false misunderstandings about life. Let me elaborate. It's a lot of y'all right now, you laid up next to somebody that what they do with the majority of their time, and this is not the end of the world, this is just me giving you the real about what you have going on next to you. But a lot of y'all, you laid up with somebody that all that nigga care about is dressing fresh and smoking big blunts. That's it. That's all he care about. You know that that's all he cares about because you've been with him for a while, and that's the majority of what he does with his time. It's called habits. The bulk of that nigga habits stem from bragging about how he smoke good, how the joints are big and fat, and how he can dress. So there's a lot of clubbing or stepping out, and the idea is there's some sort of fulfillment from this, right? Girl, stop playing with yourself. It's a lot of y'all women, you with those niggas that they're still in the high school or teenage age mentally, right? So they believe having hoes and how many bitches they can fuck is some sort of adult male currency. And it's not. And you fooled yourself into believing that you guys are going to build something. It's not the end of the world, but I'm going to tell you this, right? Whether you a young lady or an old lady, I'm going to tell you this. Y'all gonna be regular, don't know great shit. You don't create anything big. There's nothing wonderful coming for your life based on this man's habitual behaviors and you trying to build with them. It's a lot of y'all niggas, you believe that hoes is currency and it's not. So let me help y'all understand a little bit on this live. What is real currency and real exchange into a space of growth as a man or even just a couple or a family unit, right? Having a credit score in the high 600s or above, having more than 6 months worth of bill money put up, being in a space where you have multiple streams of income coming in, being in a space where you have life insurance, being in a space where you understand IRAs and investment accounts and you understand life insurance and how to leverage it for the living benefits, being in a space where you are not worried about what other people have to say about you as individuals on the internet, but you care more about your relationship with the bank, for example, or your relationship with people that have stuff going on bigger than you so that you can maintain your resources and opportunities to learn from them, to create something bigger. This is the true currency. But see, y'all pick niggas that these niggas is in a space where they think how many hoes they done fucked or their reputation from high school or when they was the man in the streets or how many people they beat on 2K is some sort of highlight. And then, out of desperation for wanting to have a man, y'all lay up with these niggas, you procreate. And then there is the co-parenting struggles that we have in our community. A lot of you hoes do not understand. These niggas is not wrong for walking the fuck away from you and them kids. If a child come along with a loudmouth, uneducated, dumbass bitch that's going to put her attention on getting back at me over what I did to her in a relationship over co-parenting so that I can have access to my children so they don't grow up fucked up, I'm not wrong for getting the fuck away from you and the children. And a lot of y'all on a surface level, you don't understand this. A person, a human is only going to let you play with them. And yes, it is playing with them when you believe that co-parenting has to do with the concept of you making the majority of the rules to make yourself feel comfortable in order for the person to be around the kids. Ma'am, fuck them kids. And a person will move on with their life and make more kids. A nigga nutsack is full of kids. All they need is a womb to implant them bitches in. And if you choose to move forward in your life with the belief that your children only need you, they will end up fucked up just like all the other examples that we have seen. And y'all can keep telling y'allself based on the 2 to 5% of the people that came from households that only had a mother that end up getting the father rearing they need from certain institutions they were a part of, like sports and mentorship programs and college fraternities and things like that. Y'all can keep telling them that those are you can keep telling yourself those are your examples as to why you're going about it the way you're going about it. It's a lot of y'all, you need this reality check because you're living in la fucking land. There's a lot of goddamn delusion. Just breathe for a second because I'm not done ranting. It's a lot of y'all as men. You laid up with a bitch and her main priority every day is looks. All she worry about is how much money she can set aside to get a new lace wig or to get her brows done or her lashes, or she watch these people on Instagram and talk about how she gonna get her booty done, her teeth done, and how she's gonna take these trips and I want to go to this restaurant. And none of it has to do with the true essence of a woman. None of it has to do with building a family. And you laid up with this bitch, dog, like y'all gonna create something big. Nothing past the regular, the average, the ordinary is coming for you and that fucking woman. When you wake up and you see a bitch barely open their eyes and wash their face and they get straight on the gram, sir, that is telling you something. When these hoes is making all of $1.32 a month off of social media content, but they telling you they're a content creator and that's the reason why they online all the time, and you look up and the tablets raising their children or they running behind the latest trends that's going on online, sir, that's not a wife for you to marry or a woman for you to connect with and build with and have more than just the average life. Now, notice it's not the end of the world. If you cool with the average lifestyle, wonderful, great. I'm just telling you what it is so that you're not out here projecting these false beliefs onto others or onto just even the internet, making us believe you got something going on that you don't. We're tired of seeing it. We're tired of seeing it. And yes, there are a lot of y'all that between your iPhone and your motherfucking vape, you a crackhead. You're a crackhead. You're a grade A fucking 1980s crackhead. Pookie them. Fresh out the crack house. That's what you are. You cannot fucking function without hitting that vape or fucking being on that phone. From TikTok to Snapchat with the disappearing fucking messages after 24 hours to the goddamn messages on Facebook to I can go on and fucking on. And if you're around somebody, male or female, and this is all they fucking care about, your life is not going to be any different than what I'm saying to the other people about average and ordinary. Nothing big is coming. There is no giant blessings. Life is what you create. The successes and the opportunities that come your way, you attract them by the frequency that you're vibrating on. Pookie. It's a lot of y'all, you laid up with somebody, they don't read shit. You don't ever see them read. You know and I know they don't pick up anything past a social media post and read some shit. And so you know they don't know nothing. Yet you go home and you consult with them about life decisions on things that you or them have never done, but they ain't reading and your ass ain't half reading either. So there's no real education, just a bunch of ignorance, right? You go, you think I should do this? Or you want to do this? Or y'all think we should do this? All you do is take your extra money and you do the lifestyle creep. I mean, you plan these trips or you put money into stuff that has nothing to do with assets, nothing to do with building wealth, nothing to do with growing the knowledge within your family. Y'all don't have no family meetings. You don't talk about no real shit, but you gossip to the end of time. And that brings me to my next point. So a lot of you niggas, you laid up with bitches and I don't give a fuck how many kids you got with her or how good she looks. Y'all be with bitches that they shit starters. They shit starters. They tell things a certain type of way. I did a Zoom last night on understanding manipulation. One of the types of manipulation is communication manipulation. One of the points under communication manipulation is when you give selective information. You purposely tell things a certain way where you leave out key things that will make the person view the situation the way that you want them to view it. That's the point of selective information, communication, manipulation. And so the idea is I tell the story or I tell the data a certain way to you to control the way that you are going to land with your viewpoint or your perspective. And because of that, I'm always starting shit. It sows discord within family, which even the Bible talks about that for a lot of you fake ass Christians. A lot of y'all don't realize when you're in a space where a person is feeding you the information a certain kind of way, right? You don't realize that this affects your character because you behave in ways that does not match the reality of what's going on, but rather the viewpoint of the puppet master that's controlling you, which is the person that is practicing the selective information, communication, manipulation. Breathe. I'm not done yet. I told y'all this was a rant. If you don't like what I'm saying, I really don't give a fuck. This is part of the reason why within our community, even though we are decades from when certain systemic things occurred that broke up families in our community, we still carry the bullshit because of our bullshit ass thinking. It's a lot of y'all, you don't know what family truly is. All you know how to do is make yourself feel better, right? By creating dependence. More children or more people that are dependent upon you, and you have turned into a narcissist, right? You have a lot of narcissistic tendencies and character traits about yourself because everything is centered around a motherfucking title. That brings me to my next point. It's a lot of y'all, you sit up in these family units and you use the concept, and black people, we are good at this within our culture, not as any one individual, but within the culture. The title alone that you hold, because you were raised to believe this, has you thinking, right, that you deserve some sort of pass with all the fuck shit that you do. And see, this shit stops when you come to a platform like mine. I don't care that you're somebody's mom. You're not always right. You don't always have their best interests at heart. You will steer your own child into their demise. You will make decisions that because of your emotions, it will run off everybody important in this person's life outside of you. Children do need more than just their mother. It's a lot of y'all, because you the grandma or the auntie or you did certain things, you believe that you're afforded based on that title certain rights to handle people a certain kind of way, and that is not true. I told y'all in the Zoom last night on understanding manipulation. If a person does not have ill intentions of the heart towards you, when they interact with you, you will see that they are willing to empower your own mind. When someone is educating you to the point where you are able to level up even past the advice that they give, that's how you know they truly care about you. That's how you know it is organic and they want to see you win. Y'all think see you win is somebody creating situations or setting the family unit up to where things are centered around them. That's your mama, or you know you need to call her. You know that's your mama. You only get one mama. You only get one me. But the psychological programming of y'all is you allow anything to happen to you. And this is the problem, right? When you grow up and you're raised to allow shit like this based on a title, you will then be a grown adult, male or female, and you will allow, based on the person's title to you in your life, them to do any fucking thing to you. You will neglect your own thinking, your own intuition, your own discernment, and go with what you believe matches the overall general rule in our culture, the unwritten rule that because they are this, you have to allow them to do this. As an adult, you are able to set boundaries with whoever, whenever, however, for the sake of your own sanity, your mental peace, your advancement, your goals, your growth, for you to go on. It doesn't matter if the person was your grandma. It don't matter what sacrifices they made when you were younger. The idea is if you're going to use those things as leverage or to guilt trip me into believing that I have to bend in the direction you want me to bend, you are a manipulator, even though you brought me into this world and you could take me out. Just breathe. I'm not done. I told y'all this is a rant. Take a deep breath. This brings me to my next point. I am knee deep in the trenches in my own community, right? Trying to do what I can to fix a lot of the things that have fucked us, where we have fucked ourselves, where a lot of systemic stuff has fucked us. I'm big on literacy, right? I'm big on adults reading and educating themselves. I'm big on children being given the opportunity in the space to thrive and grow by way of literacy, by way of opportunities, by way of access to all parts of them. That means both sides of the family. So I'm going to say this, chin up, chest out, respectfully to y'all. Any of you guys that have set your children's lives up, yes, you set it up because kids don't set their own lives up. You do. Any of y'all that have set your children's lives up where they do not, or you chose someone that has landed the situation to where the children does not have access to both parents, you have wronged that child. I'm going to say it again. Any of y'all, you are not the parent that you believe you are if you have set your life up by way of who you chose, by way of your attitude or actions, by way of your ongoing choices for your child to mostly have you. You have wronged that child. You are not the parent that you believe that you are. Boo-hoo, go cry a river to somebody else. I don't want to hear that shit. This is facts. The reason why is because as I do exactly what I said, my part in my community to combat a lot of the things that are fucking us over, I notice in grown adults, right? They have issues when they have grown up and they don't have access to both parts of them. A lot of y'all have did y'all children an injustice because you didn't put that man's name on the birth certificate. A lot of y'all niggas, you have done your children an injustice because you're more worried about who that woman fucking than showing up for your children. A lot of y'all, you have done your kids an injustice because your character is so poor, you have not worked on it. And girl, nobody wants to be around you. That's why they don't come and get them kids. You won't tell the kids the truth about that because you don't want to look like you're doing anything wrong. And guess what? Those children grow up and in the back of their mind, they have deficiencies or self-esteem issues, believing they're inadequate. They believe, why am I not good enough for my dad to come and get me? But really, as a child, you were good enough all along. Your mama just was atrocious. She was a personality that nobody wanted to deal with. And guess what? She got a mama coming behind her that's just as worse. That brings me to my next point. A lot of y'all as women, and this is part of one of the reasons why I decided to do my sisterhood circle. It's a lot of women, especially us, that we purposely give younger women the wrong information or steer them wrong because we don't want to be the only one that did the fucked up shit that we did. Breathe. I'm going to elaborate. There are a lot of us as women, we have intentionally given younger women the wrong advice because we did not want to be the only one that did the fucked up shit that we did. Breathe, because this next part is going to hurt. A lot of y'all, you believe that every situation where every child is born, the child is a blessing and it was sent from God. I'm here to tell you that that is not true. The circumstances and situations in which y'all bring these children into the world, it has nothing to do with higher power or God doing this for you. It has everything to do with the free will that you were given by the good Lord that you believe in. And so because of that free will, you got with things of the world or the flesh, right? You were moving to satisfy your flesh, and that's how you got pregnant, or that's how you knocked that woman up. It is not because the child is a gift from God. A lot of y'all, you're impoverished, not by just way of the material things or the way that you're living. Your mindset is impoverished, and so you're not a blessing to that child, even though you got the child clinging to you like you are, even though you're feeding the child. You're feeding them more than the food you put in their body. It's a lot of y'all, you don't even have the common decency to feed your children whole foods rather than a boxed and canned shit that they have already made clear, right? It's bad for you and carcinogenic and not real. And on the box, it says contains bioengineered ingredients, or hell, stuff that's not even real food. And you feed those children that while telling them that they're a blessing to you and you're a blessing to them, and it is not that. A lot of y'all, you fucked up in the head. You struggle with issues with telling the truth. You struggle with transparency. You got traumas you won't see about. You got addictions, whether it's to sex or picking no good ass niggas and bitches, or financial literacy. You lack this in a big way. You have nothing really to give this child besides the bottom line basics that the law makes you give them, or they will lock you the fuck up or take the kids from you, and you keep telling yourself this is some sort of blessing. And I can say this to y'all with a straight face, right? Because I counsel adults that are living in the aftermath of being raised in households where they were fed the bullshit. Strictly from lack of sexual discipline is why you have the children that you have. It's not because God ordained this for your life or he blessed you with this. Some of the situations that y'all have birthed children into, it came because you was trying to bust a nut or make another bitch mad or get your body count up as a man because you feel like this is some sort of currency. It had nothing to do with you thinking through anything about what would happen to that little person when you brought them in this world. Breathe. Breathe. Teenagers grow up to be young adults that eventually realize that teenagers grow up to be adults that they eventually realize that y'all ain't taught them shit besides how to deal with you. A lot of y'all as adults that have been on my platform, that are in my book club, that have been in my Zooms, we talk about this all the time. Y'all have even admitted, when I got grown, I realized none of the shit that it actually takes to survive in this world was taught to me. None of it. And then you go out, right? You re-raise yourself, you unlearn, you unlearn and you relearn. And then you have these delusional ass parents that tell themselves, yep, that's my boy. That's my girl. None of the shit that I'm doing right now that is worth bragging about did you teach me. You taught me not to go in your refrigerator, clean up your house. I learned how to navigate around your emotions and to give you passes on certain shit because of the title that you held in my life. I learned how to be codependent. I learned my people pleasing fucking ways from you. I learned how to fuck up money. I learned how to not prioritize plan out and map out real goals. I learned how to fuck over opportunities from you, right? I can give you credit for knowing how to put on clothes, wash my ass, and clean up a house. Everything else, I had to get it out here and get knocked upside my head however many times it took for the lesson to stick in order for me to fucking realize, hold on. You have to set up a system financially if you truly want to thrive and not be stuck in a rat race of one job, 9 to 5. I had to get out here and realize, hold on, who I pick in regards to relationships. I can't just go with who I like and then blame them for why our life looks the way that it looks. I actually have to have a strategy as to why I'm dealing with the people I'm dealing with. I had to get out here on my own and learn what it means or what a real friend looks like or what true loyalty looks like. Because there's a thin line between loyalty and stupidity. I had to get out here and really put myself in a space where I had to understand on my own, after getting my feelings hurt over and over again, that feelings don't matter more than facts. I had to get out here and realize that one decision can fuck your own life and nobody will give a fuck that your life fucked up because they got their own problems. I had to learn that. I also had to learn that I'm waking up, right? And halfway through the day, I'm just now prioritizing myself because family, the way you raised me, taught me to get up and look out for everybody else's needs or show up in my loyalty and responsibility for them. And doing this for years has landed me in a space where I've been putting myself last. And because of that, I am bitter about life. The things I believe I deserve, I don't have them yet because I don't put enough effort on the things that need to go into my habitual practices in order for me to have a better life. Breathe. I'm not done yet. This is a rant. I told y'all. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. Some of y'all, I feel truly sorry for you because the understanding of spirituality and religion was never made clear to you during your upbringing. And the adults that raised you, they used habitual religious practices or rituals to control the way that you think. So it's a lot of y'all, the decisions you made, the reason why you got the amount of kids that you have is because you had a warped understanding, right, of your flesh and free will versus the things that are truly spiritual. And so because of that, you believe everything happened for a reason coming from God and nothing happened from the fact that your ass was ignorant to certain stuff and you leaned into satisfying your flesh. And because of that, you continue to loop in the lesson, right? Because you ain't learned that motherfucker yet. And y'all know what I say. You will die with the lesson looping if you don't ever wake up and learn it. Just breathe. This is a rant. I'm not done yet. Not done yet. It's a lot of y'all, the lies you have told and your parents never taught you this, they are haunting you. They are haunting you. There are decisions that you're making right now to keep up a certain image or a look based on the things that you were not truthful for in the past. And this is why there's that saying, the truth will set you free. It's not because when you tell the truth, things will go well and you will feel free. The saying, the truth will set you free, it just comes from the concept that the bondage that you placed yourself in from the lies that you told in the past, right, will be lifted if you finally live in your truth. Just breathe and take that in. I did a Zoom called Sins of the Father. No, it wasn't about just sins of a father, right? Sins of the father had to do with the generational curses that 100% carry through our family. There are things that y'all have been through, right? Simply because you do not see the habitual behavior that needs to change in order for you to free yourself from the bloodline curse. Let me take it a step deeper. When you don't even have a clear picture of your bloodline, it will be that much more harder for you to break the habitual pattern because you don't even have an example to look at and say, hold on, I need to stop doing that because I see where I get that from. Just breathe. It's a lot of y'all, you in a space where you're looking for the answers as to why I can't break this financial curse I'm in, this loop of poverty, right? So poor is a mindset. I've been saying this long before y'all ever heard any of these social media influencers ever say this. And the point of me explaining this is you were programmed as a child to believe certain things are true about money and about life. Oftentimes, we think about what we were directly told. I say, Look at the things that you weren't told, because there is just as much fault or rooted points in that than the things that were said. I'll give y'all an example. And this is shit that normally I make you pay for. I explained in one of my Zooms, right? Growing up, just the concept of a job. I'm going to grow you up on this live. Take this the fuck in. Listen to me. If you're a note taker, take notes at this point in the live. When you're growing up, without ever saying it, right? As a kid that doesn't understand much, you start to hear the word work. Adults start to say, I got to go to work. This is your first understandings of the word work. When the adults leave to go to work, you notice that the word I'm going to work, or the phrase I'm going to work, or the word work equates to my parent then leaving for a certain amount of time, right? So work, without them directly saying it, is being programmed in your mind that work means you go and spend time. Work means you go and spend time. Because my mama says she got to go to work, she leave, and she's gone for a certain amount of time. She don't come right back. Right? So I'm being programmed without them ever saying it that work equates to trading your time. Right? This goes on. And then after a while, you realize they say they're going to work. They go. It takes up time. And when they come back, they say they what? Tired. So guess what? I'm being programmed over and over and over and over and over again. Work means go trade time. When you come back from just doing that, you tired. I just got off from work. I'm tired. Y'all sit down. I'm tired. Y'all get out of here and leave me alone. I'm tired. I done worked all day. I got to go to work in the morning. Y'all go lay down. I'm tired. So work means trade time. And then that means you come back tired. And this is why a lot of y'all, you wake up, you go to one job, you get off, and you believe that you're tired when you're not. Because when a concert going on, when that nigga say, come through, he gonna give you a little money for some of that pussy. When a bitch say, hey, come through, I'ma suck your dick, you get a burst of energy that you didn't have before, because you programmed to just say, I'm tired after work. Half of y'all don't realize your life looks the way it looks because of what you do with your time after work, but you don't realize your own parent cursed you because they couldn't even see. They had you in a loop, a habitual behavior, constantly telling you all the time that when they go to work, it takes up time. When they come back, they tired. So you were raised for 17, 18 years to believe this is the proper way to view this concept of work. And until you break yourself out of that loop, you break loops and patterns by repetition of new information, meaning you have to educate yourself. You got to get on some platforms like this where I bust you across the motherfucking head with the truth. It's a lot of y'all, even after hearing this on this live, you're still not going to be able to break that loop because of how many times it has been programmed in you that work means go trade your time. And when you're done, it means you're tired. And so you don't have the mental capacity to believe you can accomplish much else after work because you're tired and your parents told you that. Breathe, this is a rant. I told y'all you're not going to like what I was going to say, but it's going to hit. Just looking at y'all like y'all looking at me. I could go on for another 30, 45 minutes, but I have to go do some work at my cafe. For those of y'all that are in my book club, I will see y'all tonight at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will finish this conversation. There'll be some more Zoom titles that will go up. Make sure y'all get in the Zoom so you can get the information repetitive to break the cycles, the shit that's looping.